What's up, e-bikers? Hey, if you're looking for good looks and a city e-bike with great technology, I got one here for you. This is the Level 3 from Aventon. It's got some amazing technology inside of it. It's got some awesome colors, including this purple. It's next on the channel. Let's go. What's up, riders? All right, so I got the Level 3 in the house today. Now, I've had this bike for a while. I haven't had a chance to get it out of the box. I've finally done that. I think I've had it since like early February. It's been sitting in my garage. So many deadlines this year. It's been a crazy year of new e-bikes. So I'm now just getting to this, and the Adventure is coming next as well. The Level 3 is still on sale, despite Aventon coming out with the Level 4, which is a brand new e-bike they just came out with a month ago or so. But they're still selling these. I think there's some low inventory. So if you want a chance to grab this now, it's only $16.99. Pretty cheap price. The Level 4 is, I think, about 2,000 bucks. This comes in the matte Aurora purple. And there's only the large size left. This is the large itself as well. Again, you can only get large. You can only get this purple for $16.99 on the Aventon website here. But this is a very forward-thinking, high-tech, commuter style e-bike. So let's get into the specs, tell you more about what it has to offer. So let's start out with technology. So this is the ACU, the Aventon Control Unit. It's a integrated smart module equipped with its own 4G cellular connectivity and a GPS tracking chip. So it embeds a security layer here, over-the-air customization directly into the bike through the Aventon smartphone app. So when I got this bike, I had to update the firmware, and I did that through the app itself, which is pretty cool. So the GPS, it accurately pins the live location of your bike into the app, allowing you to trace it if stolen. It has geofencing, where you can establish a digital perimeter around your parked bike you can get alerts if it crosses those boundaries. Motion alerts, so it'll send a push notification to your phone if the bike is bumped, moved, or tampered with. That happened to Scott Hardesty, and that's how he found out somebody's trying to steal his bikes out of his storage locker. He got an alert. What else? It's got remote motor disable. If the bike is stolen, you can digitally kill the motor via the app. And you got password protection and auto lock. So the auto lock will actually lock the motor. We'll try that later through the app. So very cool technology. Probably the most safest e-bike you can buy today are these Aventons with these ACUs. For a motor, we're rocking a 36-volt brushless rear hub motor. This is 500 watts. With a peak wattage output of 864 watts in boost mode. You get 60 newton meters of torque. You get a double-sided torque sensor paired with a ride tune capabilities. This means the motor delivers power proportional to how hard you push the pedals, which gives you a more smoother, intuitive, just more natural bicycle feel. Though you can switch to a cadence style feel in the app if you prefer. This ships as a Class 2 e-bike, but you can unlock it through the app to Class 3 speeds and hit up to 20 miles an hour on this. You can also unplug take off the throttle if you just want to be a Class 1 e-bike all by itself. The battery is underneath the bike here. This is a 36-volt, 20 amp hour, delivering 733 watt hours of capacity. It uses premium LG 21700 cells, which give you great energy density, longevity. They claim range is about 70 miles on a single charge, and that's really dependent on riding a PS1 with a really lightweight rider on flat ground. Charging, you get a 4 amp fast charger, so this charges about 5 hours from dead. And what's also unique about this battery here, there's no key for it. So the only way it gets this battery out is through the display settings or through the app itself. You basically click a button on display and this pops out. You can take it out, so no keys. Which is kind of neat, actually. If you've ever gotten an e-bike before, you usually have keys for the battery. With this, there's no keys to worry about, and that's kind of a neat feature from Aventon. Let's talk about tires and brakes. These are rocking 27.5 by 2.2 inch wide Kendas, quick 7.5 sport. They're kind of an urban tread here. Very nice, very grippy, low rolling resistance, but they're wide enough to provide kind of, you know, some decent traction, some decent cushion for you while you're on the road here. So it's pretty nice. It's got the reflective strip as well. And you can see the Kenda name down here, Quick 7.5 Sports. And for brakes, we're rocking Tektros here. These are Maguro 82, or Tektro actually. And for brakes, we have these nice Tektros HD 3520s, hydraulic disc brakes. They're sitting on 180 millimeter 6-bolt rotors with both front and rear. They're pretty thick. They're nice and thick there, pretty solid. Sometimes these rotors are flimsy, but this one is not. And it should give you pretty good stopping power here on the Aventon Level 3. Let's talk about the drivetrain. You have a 48.2 chainring up front here with a very nice system. We have a Shimano Altus derailleur and the M310 right there. You got a nice Shimano cassette. This is a 12 to 32 tooth, which should give you some solid range for flat out speed and climbing city hills here. The cranks are 170 millimeters, so it should not have any ghost pedaling overall. And we have an 8-speed trigger shifter up top here for your manual gears. When it comes to sizing here, these levels do come in 2 sizes, regular and large. Again, I have the large here. It doesn't seem that big at all. I mean, it's very, I'm a 6-foot guy, fits me just fine. Go on their website, you can check out the different size levels, and they have a little like calculator there almost. The payload capacity is 300 pounds. That includes the rider and the gear loaded onto the 60-pound rated rack. It's a MIC rack back there. And the bike itself weighs about 67 pounds, so on the lighter side when it comes to these kind of e-bikes. Let's talk about the lighting on these Aventons. So do have turn signals here. So you have left and right buttons here on the control pad. I'm going to click that there. Auto shut off as well. You can see it there. And then in the back, they are right here on the back of the fork. Very nice. This also acts as a nice brake light. Very bright. And I love this setup on these Aventons. When it comes to the front light, you have a head-mounted, a top handlebar mounted light up here. Currently, these wires are getting in the way. Probably need some little more management here, but this is what you're looking at here. Pretty bright, but it is a small light overall. We do have suspension on the Level 3 too. You got a front shock up here. It's got a lockout and preload on there. It's fairly stiff out of the box. I'm not sure what the travel is. Not huge travel, but we've also got this suspension C-post over here. Yeah, you get like an inch and a half of travel there. And going over the cockpit, you have a locking locking rubber grips here. You got your Tektro hydraulic brakes. There's your trigger shifter. Here's your display. We'll come back to that. Left side control pad, plus and minus, left and right, and your power button right here. To turn on the lights, hold down the plus button just for a couple seconds. They'll come right on. Left side thumb throttle and your other grip. All right, I don't think I've paired this bike, so I'm going to go into the settings here. Hold down plus and minus. I need to get to the QR code. Connect to app. Okay, let's pair this bike. So this is the Level 3. Okay, I can activate the service now for the IoT, so locate your bike, secure your ride, protect your investment, stay in the know. I'm not going to do that just yet. New firmware version, I'm going to update now. And it's going to take a few minutes here, so I'll have to come back at you. You can see it there, it's updating. And it gives you percentages and tells you where you are in the process. So we're just going to wait here and see how it does. Right now the display is all messed up, but it's downloading a display UI, so I'm hoping that fixes it. Okay, it successfully updated the UI, it fixed it there, and we are good to go now on the Level 3. You can see here the battery level is there, 95%. Tells you where your bike is, and what else can you can lock it. Okay, the bike is now locked, so if I try to move it here, it's just locked. So I cannot, that rear hub is locked, bike can't go anywhere. Very cool. Let's unlock it. Now it's unlocked. Excellent. Turn the light on, there we go. Turn them off. Other settings, display. You can do screen brightness, you can do auto power on and off, it's at 10 minutes. MPH, ride assist. So the ride tune is off, boost mode's on, torque sensor, cadence sensor. So under the security anti-theft features, you have track my bike, which is not on, alarm, lock when powered off. Let's do that. Certification, unusual activity detection. I'm going to turn that on. Okay, you need to activate the IoT service for that, the Internet of Things. I'm going to say no thanks right now. Geofencing and bike sharing is in there. Again, I think you need the restrict allow. So a lot of cool things you can do with this thing. So this is one of the most, in terms of security, probably the best brand and bike in the industry, because nobody else has this kind of stuff. So it's very nice. Velotric has the Find My Bike, but they don't have the locking stuff, the locking the wheel and all that kind of good stuff. But pretty cool stuff from Aventon on the Level 3. And I really done all the new e-bikes with the ACU unit, the Aventure, the new mountain bikes that they have, and things like that. So very cool feature. One thing we haven't done yet is take the battery out. So under system and maintenance here, in the e-bike settings, there is battery. You get there, and 95% state of charge. So battery lock, open. I'm going to hit open. Are you sure you want to unlock? Yes. Okay, the battery just popped out of there, and now you can take this thing out of the bike. Okay, let's take our Level 3 here for a road test. Check out the speed, check out the hill climbing ability, test out the brakes, the ergonomics, and give you my overall thoughts at the end here, likes and dislikes. So I have unlocked it within the app to 28 miles an hour. It's currently in torque sensor mode. You can switch it to cadence if you want to. I'm riding in 5th gear on the manual side, and we're in sport, I think. No, turbo. A little hard to read on my glasses on. So turbo is the high, no, boost is the highest. Okay, so there's boost, turbo, sport, and eco, and off. So let's put it in boost. It's got a left side thumb throttle here. Motor's a little whiny, first thing I've noticed. You can hear it there. What was that? Strange noise there. All right, giving some effort on the pedals. It's very responsive, so I like the torque sensor so far. Again, the more effort you put in, the more power you get with the torque sensor. You can feel that suspension seat post popping down here and there as I go over bumps. Front shock is not a whole lot of travel, but it's decent enough, I guess. Seen better, seen worse. Pretty stable with no hands here, going down the hill at 22 miles an hour. And bike's really balanced as well. I have to do very little balancing here just to stay upright. Just gonna lean my body right. If I wanna go right, yeah, very stable. So that's pretty good so far. There's that motor, you can hear it down there. All right, we're gonna head to our speed test track first, and the hill, and take it from there. Thumb throttle cuts out at 20.1 miles an hour. Okay, I'm gonna do this in torque sensor mode and then cadence sensor mode, see if there's any differences and what that feels like. I got a headwind here, so .23, 24, 25, there's 27, 28.2. All right, that was pretty quick in boost mode there. Yeah, good spin up there of the motor, and got me to 28 fairly quickly. All right, I'm gonna take my app out and we'll change it to torque sensor. I want to see how that feels. Let's see here. Settings, ride assist. Switch to cadence. Yeah, so it's a little indicator right there. These little icons are kind of hard to see in the daylight, but it is now in cadence mode. There's a little icon over here. A little hard to read in the sunlight. All right, so we've done 3 miles on this bike so far. It does calculate the range. It says 32 miles. We're in turbo right now, so that's why it's lower. If I lower it, yeah, it goes up. Sport is 34. Eco is 35. And off is off. So there's only 4 modes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess so. All right. All right, so we're in cadence now. Let's see. Oh yeah, not putting any effort in. That cadence sensor really comes on. No ghost pedaling. Nice resistance there. Yeah, there's 28 miles an hour. And it cuts out right about 28, so let's test those brakes right here. Nice. All right, these Tektros pretty grippy, and those tires are like have a nice grip on them as well for roads like this. So pretty sticky. All right, we'll test with throttle only to start here. Let's see how good this 500 watt can do here. I believe the level 4 has 750 watt. That peaks around 1400, so you get a lot more power on the new version of this, along with auto shift, regen braking, and I think a few other features. So, but again, that's about $2,000. This is $1,699 as of right now in early June. Yeah, we're doing 14 miles an hour here. It's doing pretty well up the hill. Gaining speed, 15, 16. I'm still in cadence mode, by the way. All right, I'm gonna start pedaling here. Drop the gears down to 4th gear. Let's see how we do here on this hill. Shouldn't go below 10, I would hope. Well, it is a 500 watts, so all right, there's 10.5. Okay, yeah, they drop below 10. So a very respectable result from level 3 here. And not too bad, not too shabby. I got that stand pretty much all the way up. for a good reach. Here we go, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31 miles an hour. Coasting down the hill here. We'll test out the brakes down here as well. At high speed. There's 32. All right, set those brakes. Not much fishtail at all. Very grippy, very stable stop here. You can see the line on the level 3. Okay, so I discovered one thing on the modes here. So I was in turbo coming down a different route, and when I put it into boost, it would not let me. So boost is only a 30-second feature. So the way it works is you got 500 watts of sustained power down there, delivering up to 60 newton meters of torque. When you activate boost mode, it temporarily overclocks the system to 120% of its maximum torque and power. So that will get you to the 864 watts, giving you a surge of power there. Again, 30-second window. There's a cool down rule, so to ensure reliable performance and prevent the motor from overheating, the system will implement a brief cooldown period. It looked like it was about 10 minutes or so, maybe. Best time to use boost mode when you're going up a steep hill, dead stop acceleration, and you're passing hurdles, passing someone on hurdles as a truck goes by. So that's something I didn't know. I realized the writing when I saw there was a little error message on the screen, and it said you have to wait to get boost mode again. So interesting there on the Aventon level 3. Shifting on here is pretty good. No slips. Pretty crisp and responsive. Okay, there's your level 3 in the Matte Aurora. Again, $16.99. Still some left. If you want to pick one up, I think it's a pretty good price for what you're getting here. Likes and dislikes. The only dislike I have is the motor noise. It's pretty whiny back here. Was expecting a bit of a quieter motor overall. Other than that, I have no complaints about this e-bike. It's really nice. It's really refined. It does what it says it does, and all the parts and things like that are good quality. Maybe the display is a little bit dark in the sunlight, but yeah, it's got the adjustable stem there. I love that color. Just a really nice color overall. You got the cool brake lights and turn signals in the back there. You got the nice rack. You got nice fenders. These are plastic, but they're really a good hard plastic. And a decent seat. Got some bosses down here for your bottle cage or lock. You got locking grips, left side thumb throttle. All around, just a really tight, top-notch city e-bike or commuter e-bike, whatever you want to call it. I call them city e-bikes, since if I'm going to commute, I'm going to commute in a fat tire usually. So, but that's my 2 cents. I got the Aventon Adventure coming soon as well, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think about these Aventons and that technology behind the e-bike. I really love that locking function where you can lock the wheel. Very good security measure. You don't need a lock, essentially, because of that. And with the IoT stuff and the 4G, you can keep track of saying wherever it goes, and someone tries to steal it, you'll know where it is instantly. So that's an awesome feature to have. And I think it's probably the most high-tech e-bike on the market at this price point for 2K or so with the level 4 and things like that. You get a lot of technology for your money here with these Aventons. So that's the big headline when you're buying an Aventon. And that's it, guys. See you in the next one.